The meeting will come to order. Before we begin, we'd like to begin with a Pledge of Allegiance led by Lieutenant Maley.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. The following matters will come before the License Commission today. This is our regularly scheduled meeting. The meeting has been previously filed with the city clerk. The first item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. I should say before we get into the agenda that there are only two commissioners today. So if there is a dispute and it's a 1-1, you're going to have to come back at the next meeting where we have three commissioners and a tiebreaker. So just so we're clear on that before we begin. The first item, as I said, would be the approval of minutes of the July 16th, 2025 meeting.
I'd move to approve.
I will second that. That application and minutes are approved. The next item on the agenda are applications submitted for consideration. Item number 1, New England Friends of Bosnia-Herzegovina at the Susan B. Anthony Middle School, XL Dervisevic, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day license for malt, wine, common victular, and entertainment. This license will be exercised on the grounds of the Susan B. Anthony School on Sunday, September 21st, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., with a rain date of Sunday, September 28th. The event is a festival promoting the culture of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The expected attendance is 100. Is there someone here from the New England Friends of Bosnia and Herzegovina? If you'd step up to the podium, please, and give us your name and address for the record. Just press the button so that the red light goes on.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Excel Dervisevic. I live at 11 Woodbury Road in Billerica.
Very good. Very good. If you could just tell us what you'd like to do with this license.
This will be our 10th annual festival. We've done it 7 times in Cambridge and 3 times at Susan B. Anthony in Revere. As you already stated, it is a cultural festival meant to promote the Bosnian culture while also offering activities for kids and other amenities to help entertain the public. Being that it is our 10th festival, we've already procured the food permits, we've procured a licensed bartender, we have the plan that has been ongoing since we started the festival for the bar. And we also have already contacted the fire department, Revere Parks and Rec as well.
Thank you very much. Do you have any questions, Commissioner Osina?
What are your plans to contain the service of the alcohol? Because I'm not seeing it on the map.
On the map that I provided?
Yeah, I'm looking for the bar area. It'll be in the parking lot?
Yes, so that is number 3 on the map. I included our alcohol containment plans. It's always a blocked off section with 2 volunteers manning the exterior and 2 volunteers helping with the alcohol. All IDs are checked upon entry, and you're not able to get in without showing an ID and proof of being 21 or older.
To whom did you provide that plan to?
I provided it in the package that I gave. I also have it here if you'd like a paper copy.
I would.
Yeah. It's the same one. It's been very successful.
Oh, this is it, this last page. Okay, I got it. Okay. All right. I should have it, right? Let's see. Is it right? So
Have you been involved with this festival for the past 3 years as well?
Yeah, I'm the former president, and I'm also the volunteer event coordinator.
And you're going to be running it pretty much the same way you've run the last three?
Yes.
Thank you. I have no other questions. We'll close this part of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to make a motion or discuss this further?
No further discussion is necessary. I'd move to approve the application as written.
Very good. I would also second that. Your application is approved. The application for a one-day license for malt wine, common victular, and entertainment for the New England Friends of Bosnia and Herzegovina are approved. This license will be exercised on the grounds of the Susan B. Anthony School on Sunday, September 21st, 2025, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., with a rain date of Sunday, September 28th, 2025, and the event is a festival promoting the culture of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Thank you very much, and good luck with your event.
Thank you so much. Take care, guys.
Item number 2, Dots Army, Griswold Park. Renee Griffin is the event manager. This is also an application for a one-day malt wine, common victular, and entertainment license. This license would be exercised at Griswold Park on Saturday, September 6th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a rain date of Sunday, September 7th. The event is a cornhole tournament to raise funds for the Jimmy Fund. The expected attendance is 40 to 60. Your name and address for the record, please, and if you could turn on the microphone.
It's Renee Griffin, 69 Lancaster in Revere.
Thank you very much. Can you tell us briefly what you'd like to do with this license?
Sure, well, as you stated, this is a fundraising event where all proceeds go to the Boston Marathon Jimmy Fund. It is our 8th cornhole tournament, 5th of which were held at Griswold Field without incident and certainly very successful. The tournament itself is held in the parking lot on the back side of the lot. And the vendors, we have two. We have Bentwater Brewing. They've also been with us for, this will be their 5th year. They hold the liquor license. We rope the area around the tent. Sometimes they have a tent, sometimes they bring a tap truck. We don't know until they come, but we rope the area and we put proper signage up. Bentwater is responsible for checking IDs where applicable. The food truck, we're having Bono Appetit, which they've been using. They've done quite a few events here in Revere, and they'll be arriving as well with their truck, and they'll be right next to Bentwater. So it's a well-contained area and a well-contained event.
Have you received confirmation from Bent yet? Because it says, your application says you're in discussions with them as if they haven't confirmed.
Bentwater?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I absolutely have approval from them.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I sent through their license to Maggie 2 days ago.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Do you have any other questions?
No.
Very good. We'll close this part of the hearing. Are there any proponents, anybody else that would like to speak on behalf of the cornhole tournament at Griswold Park? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Are there any opponents? Anybody opposed to cornhole? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this further or make a motion?
I'd move to approve the application.
Very good. I will second that. The application for a one-day malt wine, common victular, and entertainment license to be exercised at Griswold Park on Saturday, September 6th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., with a rain date of Sunday, September 7th, 2025, for a cornhole tournament is approved. Thank you very much, and good luck with your event. Item number 3, the McClellan Highway Development Corporation, 10 Suffolk Downs Boulevard. Rachel Otterly is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day malt wine license. The application to be exercised at 10 Suffolk Downs Boulevard on Sunday, September 28th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. The event is a fall festival with expected attendance of 200. Your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Madison McKenna. Address is 1 Beacon Street, Boston, Massachusetts.
Very good. And can you explain what you'd like to do with this particular license?
Of course, so we're looking to host a fall festival on site at Suffolk Downs. It'll be at our new parcel, which we call the Yard, which is 10 Suffolk Downs Boulevard. So we're hosting this event in partnership with Boston Women's Market. So we will have 20 or so vendors on site, all women-owned local businesses. We'll have 2 food trucks, music, kids crafts, and we're also looking to have our new retail tenant, Twisted Fate Brewing, on site to serve their beer. They will be serving out of a container that's on the parcel that's surrounded by planters that are connected by chain link. So there's a well-defined area with one opening. And Twisted Fate Brewing will be responsible for checking IDs upon serving.
Thank you very much.
Is this the first year you're doing it?
Correct, yes.
How many volunteers you plan to have on hand? It's a pretty big space.
Yep, so Boston Women's Market, they're kind of taking the lead there. Myself and one of my other colleagues will be on site for the event, but they will, for the most part, be running point on that. But we've had a handful of events on this property to date.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough, that's all I have.
And the alcohol is going to be dispensed. How do you plan on doing that?
Twisted Fate Brewing, who is our on-site retail tenant, they will be in charge of dispensing that. We have a container on site, they'll be serving out of the container.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
I don't.
We'll close this part of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of the license? Don't see or hear anybody. Would you like to make a motion, or would you like to discuss this further?
I'd move to approve the application.
I will second that. The application for a one-day malt wine license to be exercised at 10 Suffolk Downs Boulevard on Sunday, September 28th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. is approved. Thank you very much, and good luck with your event.
Thank you.
Good luck.
The next item on the agenda is item number 4, Joseph Leon Matola Post, 4524 of the VFW USA US Inc., 61 Lucia Avenue. Matthew Cunningham is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day, all-alcohol, common victular, and entertainment license. The application will be the license would be exercised at the parking lot of 61 Lucia Avenue on Saturday, September 13th, 2025, from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. The event is a concert to benefit Fisher House Boston. The expected attendance is 150. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
My name is Matt Cunningham. I reside at 28 Baldwin Ave in Everett.
Thank you very much. Can you explain to me, or explain to us what what you'd like to do with this license?
Well, the intent is to have a fundraiser for Fisher House, and their mission is to house families of severely wounded veterans as they receive their treatment at the VA in Boston. And at the same time, we're trying to attract more veterans to our post so we can do more in the communities.
Well, thank you very much. Do you have any questions for this gentleman?
I actually don't. It's a very good event.
What type of music are you planning to have?
It's our 2 local rock bands.
And okay, so I see from the diagram that it's going to be, how is it going to be set up, basically?
We're gonna put.
Because to be honest, this diagram's a little
Yeah, it is a little
sparse.
strange, yeah. So, I'd already reached out to Revere Police, and the idea is to put up cones at the intersection of Washington Ave and Italia Ave. Excuse me, Washington Ave and Lucia Ave. And then as you get to the main parking lot of the VFW, there'll be other barriers there. So that way the people that reside in that area can still get in and out without being impeded. And on the opposite side, it'll be blocked off at Italia and Lucia. That way the traffic will be directed down Italia back out to Washington Ave.
Okay, so you're basically gonna close off the Lucia Ave, at Washington Ave entrance, right?
Yes.
And
So it'll be
have,
just like the footprint of the actual VFW post, and just that.
okay, all right.
Hi there. The issue is blocking streets, of course, is always emergency vehicles or residents.
Yeah.
I know that you said you're going to have it blocked at Lucia and Malden, and, well, and allow the vehicles to go down and take a right back up onto Washington Ave. That's fine, but what about the other side from Washington and Lucia? What do you have plans for there?
Washington and Lucia, it's just gonna, Washington will just stay open.
Okay, so that side will stay open, all the
Yes.
residents can get
Yeah,
there?
Washington Ave won't be affected at all. It's just a matter of keeping cars from coming through, down Lucia Ave through the, past the post.
Okay, so what I'm saying is if they're coming down Washington, they take a right onto Lucia.
Well, they'll be coned off right there.
So you
that
want to
way-
have that area coned off, it
Yes.
makes sense, of course. Now, the residents, and of course, emergency vehicles, I mean, what do you plan on doing for that?
If we have any emergencies, obviously, we'll reach out to fire or police, let them know what the situation is, open up the road.
I mean, I guess I think you're gonna have somebody man that spot? like
We'll
a poli-
definitely have
Like a police
somebody there,
officer or
yes.
something like that, that would be the best case scenario.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's really my only concern.
Okay, so you understand what he's asking?
Absolutely.
All right, very good. You don't have a problem with that?
No,
Thank you. All right, so we'll close this part of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of the license to Joseph Leon Matola Post? You don't see or hear anybody, we'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of the one-day license? Don't see or hear anybody, we'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this further, or do you want to make a motion?
I move to approve the application as written.
Very good, I will second that. The application for a one-day all-alcohol common victular and entertainment license for Joseph Leon Matola Post, 4524 VFW US Inc., to be exercised at the parking lot of 61 Lucia Avenue on Saturday, September 13th, 2025, at 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. is approved.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Good luck
Have a
with the
good day.
event.
Thank you.
Item number 5, Arepa La Mozoca, Inc., 190 Revere Beach Parkway. Jorge Garces is the manager. This is an application for a stationary mobile food vendor license. The application would be exercised in the parking lot at 190 Revere Beach Parkway. The requested hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. The power source will be via electric outlet. Your name and address for the record, please.
Mi nombre es Jorge Garcés. Actualmente estoy viviendo en la 7 Juan S. Street, Saugus.
Thank you very much, sir. I just want to... Can you explain briefly what you'd like to do with this license?
¿Puedes explicar brevemente qué quiere hacer con su licencia?
Bueno, nosotros empezamos el 19 de agosto de 2023 en la ciudad de Rivier con nuestro food truck.
They started 2023, August 2019, with the food truck in here in Revere.
Y tuvimos algún inconveniente con el tema de tráfico y ruido por el generador.
They had some few issues back in that day, 2023, with the food truck in the Beachman area because of the traffic. So he was one of the affected ones.
So, hoy estoy aquí porque quiero tener un espacio donde podamos trabajar sin causar ninguno de estos inconvenientes que tuvimos anteriores.
So now he wants to have the opportunity to come back to Revere and offer the food service to the community, not causing any trouble to the neighbors.
Cuando nosotros empezamos fuimos muy bien recibidos recibimos muy buen soporte por la comunidad que le gustó nuestros productos.
So back in that day when he used to do the sales, he had a great experience with sales. So he wants to have that again.
Y pedimos que nos extienda hasta las 11 de la noche porque nuestros clientes llegan un poco tipo entre 7 y media a 8
So he has a good customers. The customers is asking him to come back to Revere. Some of these customers, they stop by 7:30, 8 p.m. So that's why he extended to 11 p.m.
Okay, well, we would like to have them be successful as well. There is no diagram with this application, so I have a photograph here. Can you tell me where the food truck is going to be?
Yes.
And how you plan on laying it out?
¿Lo podemos poner donde?
Do you need a pen to write it in? Thank you.
Sí. Va a estar justo aquí. Este sería como el camión.
Y vas a tener espacio de...
Ya, customer.
Okay. So no tables, no chairs. So it will be right here.
Thank you. All right, yeah, so the truck will be here, right? And what's, and the customers will be here. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That'll work. Yeah, because a lot of times cars will just kind of go right through there. All right, well, thank you very much. It looks manageable, it looks doable. Do you have any other questions that you'd like to present?
No, I don't. I had the same question about where the truck was gonna be. That was my only concern.
Okay, well, we'll close this part of the hearing. Are there any proponents, anybody else that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this food truck license? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Seeing no one, we'll close that section. Would you like to make a motion or discuss this further?
No, I'd move to approve his application. I wish you the best of luck.
Él te aprobó la licencia.
Very good, I'll second that. The application for Arepa La Mazorca is approved.
Lo aprobaron.
The application for a stationary mobile food vendor license to be exercised in the parking lot of 190 Revere Beach Parkway, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. is approved. So no weekend hours? No Saturday, no Sunday?
No sábado, no domingo,
¿Qué dice?
porque solo de lunes a viernes. No sábado, no domingo.
No, pues está malo aquí entonces.
¿Vas a tener sábado, domingo?
No, it's from Friday.
No,
Sí,
lunes a
claro,
viernes.
the whole week.
Oh, it's the whole week. So it's Monday to Saturday. I mean, Monday to Sunday.
Ya,
¿Lunes a domingo?
sí,
Okay, porque aquí sale lunes a viernes.
sí está malo aquí. Sí,
Okay.
un error aquí. Pero es de la
Lunes
toda
a
la
domingo.
semana.
De 12
Ujú,
a
de
11.
lunes a domingo.
So Monday to Sunday from 12 to 11.
The email that he sent to our office shows that he's requesting Monday to Friday, noon to 11. This is the email he sent on July 14th.
So el 14 de julio ellos recibieron el correo
Ujú.
de lunes a viernes de 12 a 11.
Pero sí hay un error ahí.
¿Lo que es el sábado domingo?
Sí, porque,
He would like to do Saturday and Sunday as well, if possible.
sí, porque son los mejores días.
Does that present a problem?
Ya, pero no sé por qué se mande tu Friday.
No, I mean, okay, yeah, we're good. All right, we'll make that adjustment. So the food truck license will be Monday through Sunday, 12 PM to 11 PM.
Okay,
All right?
Lunes a
thank you.
And you're going to be, your power source is going to be not a generator, but
No
it's going to
generator.
be
Correct.
through National
plugged
Grid.
into the building. Okay. All right. Well, good luck. Your license is approved.
Thank you.
That's it.
Item number 6, Revere Chicken LLC, DBA Popeyes, 304 Squire Road. Howard Heimowitz is the manager. This is an application for a common victualer's license. Revere Chicken to be exercised at 304 Squire Road. Requested seating is 12. The requested hours of operation are Sunday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Howard Heimowitz, 17 Kenwood Drive, Newton, New Hampshire.
Very good. Can you explain what you'd like to do? It's really self-explanatory.
Yeah, we're a quick service restaurant, Popeyes. It's been obviously in progress for a long time. We're finally wrapping everything up and trying to move ahead.
So if I've been to one Popeyes, I'm gonna see what I see in your place?
Hopefully, you've only been to the good ones, but yes.
Okay. Very good. Do you have
What
any
are-
questions for the
Yeah,
gentleman?
what other locations do you operate?
I'm the director of operations for all of New England. So
Okay.
New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Connecticut, parts of Connecticut are mine, and one in Maine.
So operationally, I mean, things are gonna be pretty consistent across the board, right?
Pretty much,
Yeah, from
pretty
the
much at this
locations.
point. You know, each area has different management teams,
Right.
but yeah, pretty much.
Right. All right, looking
Took
forward
a
to it.
while to open the place.
Yeah. A
Well,
lot
it's
of
good.
construction delays, National Grid issues on our end, but we think we should be wrapped up by the end of next week,
So when do you think you'll be opening?
right after Labor Day.
Very good.
He's gonna be first in line.
You're gonna have to fight some people.
All right, well, you'll be second, right?
Probably.
Okay, we'll close this part of the hearing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Are there any proponents, anybody that would like to speak on behalf of Revere Chicken, DBA Popeyes? Don't see or hear anybody, we'll close that section. Are there anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of this license? We don't see or hear anybody, we'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this further, or make a motion?
I'd move to approve the application as written.
Very good. The application for a common victualer's license for Revere Chicken LLC, DBA Popeyes, to be exercised at 304 Squire Road, with requested seating of 12 and requested hours of Sunday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. That license is approved. Thank you
Good luck.
very much, sir. Item number 7, Naju Cars LLC, 195 American Legion Highway. Natalia Catano Gomez is the manager. This is an application for a Class 2 motor vehicle dealer license. The application will be exercised at 195 American Legion Highway. The requested number of cars for sale is 20. The requested hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Your name and address for the record, please, Counselor.
Just hit the mic. Council, just hit the mic. Good.
Thank you.
My name is Lawrence A. Simeone Jr. I am an attorney in the city of Revere at 300 Broadway, Suite 4. This afternoon, I represent Naju Cars LLC. It's a corporation. The manager of the corporation is Natalia Gomez. She has been the manager since its opening. Just a little history is that I had represented these people getting a special permit from the Revere City Council back in June 9th, 2025, so that first step is done. We're now asking this honorable board for a license. So specifically, we're looking for a license for used cars at 190, 195 American Legion Highway. We have hours of operation will be Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 4 p.m. We also have a description of the premises. It has an office that is Vin Conti's service building. Mr. Conti is the owner of the property. He is here for any questions as to the owner. The building is a concrete exterior with a membrane roof covered with 3 units and 3 trail bats and finishes. So at this point, we would ask you, we believe we filed all the bonds and filed to your clerk. We respectfully ask that this honorable body allow the license.
Thank you very much, Counselor. Do you have any questions for,
I
For
do.
the council.
Can you speak to your client's experience, with this industry and/or handling with this type of class
Sure.
of license that she is seeking?
I'll let her speak for herself. How long
Absolutely.
have you been in the business now?
Hello, how are you? My experience is 6 years, but before I worked for La Jolla, and then I worked for 2 years for the same planes and Millennium Motors,
In what position?
assistant.
Assistant.
Yeah,
Okay. And have you ever managed a license of this type before?
yeah, no,
No.
it's my first time. You know what? Can you explain to him?
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, I have a little nervous.
It's okay.
Yeah, can you
Take
explain
your
to
time.
him about before the Millennium Motors?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a license before and he left, you know.
Yeah, we're aware of the license on the property.
There was a
Yeah.
previous person that owned the license, but they let it lapse, and they, which opened up the opportunity.
And
for
she
my
was
client.
connected to that company, or the person who let the license lapse, was she a part of that company or worked there?
The
Sorry?
name of the company that lapsed.
The last, a Millennium Motors.
Did you work there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I work with him, yeah.
And is your client familiar with the rules and regulations associated with the maintaining and holding a Class II license?
Yes.
Any questions? Are there any more questions? That's all I have.
thank you very much. We don't have any more questions. We'll close this part of the hearing. Are there any proponents, anybody that would like to speak on behalf of the issuing of this license? Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Oh, it's on? Okay. Vin Conti, I managed Patriot Depot, where Millennium will be, the new name of the company will be. I just want to tell you, there's been a car sales place for over 35 years there. Unfortunately, we had the person who was managing it, not her, but the other person did not pay the permit, and that's why we are in the situation that we are. But aside from that, it was flowing along, and these people have been very good. They cleaned up the whole place. It has never looked better, so I'm very happy that they're coming in.
Do you know if the prior management is still going to be involved with the new company?
Definitely not. They've actually moved on to a different business.
I see. Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, any other proponents? Don't see or hear anybody, we'll close that section. Any opponents? Anybody opposed? And don't see or hear anybody, we'll close that section. Do you have any concerns or
No,
discussions that you'd like?
I'd move to approve the application for Najee Motors.
Very good. I will second that. The application for Najee Cars LLC for a Class II motor vehicle dealer license to be exercised at 195 American Legion Highway is approved. The requested number of cars for sale will be 20. The requested hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Good luck.
That concludes the applications for consideration. The next items on the agenda are hearings. The first hearing will be Argueta and Pina Shea Corp., DBA Carnival Latino Restaurant, 7B Everett Street. Julia Duarte Alarcon is the manager. This is a hearing into violating closing procedure, overservice, and service past 2 a.m. This is a continuation from our June meeting. Yes, your name and address, please.
Julia Duarte, 115 Trenton Street, apartamento 1 en East Boston, 02128.
Very good. Before we hear from you, would like to hear from the officer who was present and who has filed a report. So, officer, if you could come up and tell us briefly what the nature of this complaint is and what you think.
Good afternoon, it's Officer McLaughlin. Yeah, that night it was kind of out of control at best. A patron walked out, he was completely soaked in his own urine. At that point, we had to go tell him to leave. After multiple times, he was trying to get back in. I watched one person being carried out by his friends and tried jumping into the driver's seat of his vehicle, which I had to run over to and pull him out before he even started driving. Right there. One patron who came out completely intoxicated tried getting into his car. When I stopped him, he became extremely hostile. I let him vent for 30 minutes about how I'm not a real man. But after that, I kept telling him, "Where's your Uber?" He goes, "Showing up." He never ordered one. He was too intoxicated to even figure that out. But there was multiple times. I went in there at 1:50. There was still people with drinks. I told the managers and the owner that time was ticking down. It's 1:50. I waited in there until 2 o'clock. People were still inside drinking. They had the buckets full of drinks and stuff like that. They were still going and were not leaving when the servers were asking them. I had to interject and start yelling that the bar was closed. And people inside the bar, patrons, were telling me that they can wait a few more minutes. So I had to go to each one individually and tell them that that's not an option. They need to leave.
Did you note that you said the servers were also asking them to wrap it up?
Yes, at 2 o'clock after I've already started yelling the bar is closed.
I see.
So were there security from the house security, were they present?
Yes.
And what were they doing?
They were tied up with the one patron who got aggressive towards me later. He was also being aggressive inside the restaurant.
Now, were you on detail that evening?
I was, yes, from 11 to 2, or 11 to 3.
And when you arrive, do you go inside or do you stay outside?
I go inside, check the area, and I stay mostly outside, but I go in between, in and out, just to maintain what's going on around the area.
And were you able to see people on the inside? Did they appear to be routinely being overserved from what you could see?
Everyone's sitting down drinking, so I can't really say to that fact. I can't see them wobbling around, walking and stuff like that. I can't say anything to that fact.
Were you the officer that wrote the report?
I am.
Right. Do you realize, well, I'm sure you recall, right, in your report you noted the observation of patrons being overserved. I think that was the words you used in the report.
Because they were leaving, in simple terms, legless.
Right.
I saw multiple people being carried out by their friends because they could not walk. They were so intoxicated.
Right. But I guess my question, officer, is in your background training experience, how do you determine if someone is being overserved?
At a restaurant like Carnival, most of them order by the bucket, so they will order a bucket of ice with multiple drinks in it, so they're not being served one by one.
I see what you're saying.
So they could be 1 drink or 2 drinks from being overserved, but now they have a bucket of 9.
They have a bucket. Right. How long have you worked the detail at Carnival?
Numerous times. At that point of there, it would be a year and a half of working in detail there, off and on.
Off and on. And have you worked there in the last 60 days?
I have not.
Have not, okay. To your knowledge, obviously in preparation of coming here today, have you reviewed any logs about any calls to Carnival in the past 60 days?
I have.
Okay. What have you seen?
I've seen the only 2 logs where there was a large fight outside where there was some incident with a car with alcohol inside of it.
Are you sure that wasn't Lupita's?
No, this was at Carnival. There was a 5 to 7 person.
That was before here, right? Okay.
This was
Alright.
about a week after my incident.
Okay.
So yeah, it was about a 7-person fight. The person involved claimed didn't want anything to do with it, didn't want any medical,
Okay.
and a car was towed.
Okay.
Can't really say if that was
That was, yeah, but
because of
not,
Carnival, but it was right in front of Carnival.
okay. But that was within the last 60 days? That was
Yes.
From June and July? Or was that before May? That was in May, wasn't it?
Man,
Or
it was 7. I can tell you,
Yeah.
it was 7 days from my incident.
Right.
The week after my incident, and my incident was on May 10th.
Right,
So,
okay. So, okay, all right, well, I'll defer to our lieutenant for update on the logs, but that's all you have? I mean, obviously, I think I certainly can speak for the commission. I appreciate the patience that you have, obviously dealing with patrons on, you know, that are leaving these establishments, and I think it's a testament to the great work your department is doing and
Thank you.
instilling in the officers to have patience to deal with the community with care and exhibit that level of restraint
Yes.
when someone is berating you for 30 minutes
Yeah.
and you know, and not taking it further than it needs to go, and being able to de-escalate a situation. So I commend you for that.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Officer, do you think excuse me, do you think bucket service contributes to the over-service of patrons because you're not able to monitor who's drinking what?
I do, because if you're not going one by one, you don't know when that person hits their tipping point and then continues on forward.
Thank you. From what you've seen, do most people have bucket service, or how do they?
Most people who are sitting at tables get a bucket. So if they're at a table, I mostly see them with a bucket of ice and the drinks inside.
Thank you. Thank you, officer. Did you want to ask Lieutenant a question?
I was hoping to ask Officer Malley a question about what have you seen, anything over the last 60 days over there?
I'm looking at the logs right here. I got a couple of things from, well, they were all actually from July. The 5th, there was some kind of, looks like it's a domestic. It doesn't say if it was inside, but it was definitely in front. And I do see something about a person with alcohol inside the vehicle in front there, like an uninsured motor vehicle with alcohol inside. So that's right in front of it. Well, chances are it probably came out of there. But nothing else major like the other officer had since then.
All right, thank you, Officer.
In your opinion, officer, do you think the staff and management was helpful enough in clearing this situation, or were they respectful? Were they adhering to the license provisions from what you could see?
Not so much that night, but moving forward, they've been more better. They were never rude or impolite or anything. It was just a lack of action.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
If you could come up to the podium, please, folks. So you've heard what the officer had to say. What have you done since our last meeting, and what do you plan on doing going forward?
So what we did, we've been doing what you guys told us to do, like turning on the lights at 1. We stopped serving alcohol, like I said last time, at 1:30. No more alcohol, no matter who is it. About the buckets, we serve buckets, 6 beers per bucket, tables of most of the time for 4 customers. But if we need to stop serving that, it's like fine for us. About the alcohol outside, I don't know. So the customer, they came, they go out, like I said, I don't know if they go to the car and they keep drinking, so it's kind of hard to know why they get drunk, you know. And also, after that, for the over-serving, I have my bartenders, it's like a lot. They have to measure the mixed drinks. Sometimes when they're busy, they just grab the bottles and they need to measure it so they can overpour, you know, like the cocktails or things like that.
Now, are your bartender tip certified, and are they?
Yes.
So they
Also-
understand what an intoxicated person looks like and how
Yes.
they generally comport themselves.
We are also thinking to give them classes so they know it's not like, sometimes when it's hard to deal with employees. So when I tell them sometimes they don't want to follow it. So we're planning to bring, I don't know how to call this, like a person who can teach them so they can see it's something serious. And I'm asking for all I have, most of them, they have the tips. I'm like printing it out so I can bring it so you guys can see it. And I tell them like the ones that don't have it, they need to have it as soon as possible. If they don't do it, they can't work for us.
Question, how often do you have a police detail there now?
One day, every Saturday.
Every Saturday?
Yeah, but most of the time they're outside. I have to be doing everything, like I'm controlling everything, checking the customers, the bar, the kitchen, and even the securities. I have to tell them like if they're there and we're paying, they're supposed to checking, you know, like if somebody wants to make a trouble or something, we have to run to call them. It's not supposed to be like that because we're paying. Most of the time, the officers, they're outside.
Let me ask you a question. This question is more for Miss Duarte Alarcon. How often are you there, ma'am?
Every time.
She's there all the time?
No, only me.
I'm talking about Julia Duarte.
Julia comes once in a while.
Okay.
I'm who take care of everything.
Because everything's under her name, and I believe she's listed as the on-site manager. I'm wondering how much involvement she has with the operations. if at
She's
all.
involved, but I'm most of the time there. We also were planning to switch that, like make a change.
Right.
Me and my cousin, which is Ariel, but I think we're gonna wait a few more months so I can become.
Yeah, because I think it's important to make sure your paperwork's always right with the city, and whoever is listed as the on-site manager and who's ultimately responsible to answer this last year, it's important to make sure you update your paperwork with the city.
It's at the door, so the police officer, they don't even see if it's at the door, so the police officer, they don't even see if someone is drunk, and they're not supposed to let it in, you know, because they're doing their job. And I have to be checking them, and that's why I changed security company too. She was supposed to come, the manager for the security company, but she couldn't make it.
Okay. Lieutenant, do you have any things that you'd like to discuss
Yes,
here?
please. I was about to ask you about the security. Now, you have an actual professional company that
It's
does your inside security?
Yes, it's LDG Protected Service.
It's a licensed company, everyone's certified and
Yes,
trained,
they
right?
certify it, they
And how many do
train.
you have on site typically on a
Two.
weekend night? Two people?
Yeah. I used to have 2 Fridays, Saturdays, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We used to have 2, but now it's very dead, like really dead. Sometimes, like this Sunday, we only serve like, I would say like 20 customers. That's nothing.
Okay,
So
what are their responsibilities? You have them at the door checking
they
IDs?
one at the door checking IDs after 10,
All right.
and one in the restrooms because it's 2 restrooms. But sometimes if the restroom is occupied, they start to knock the door, or some
So you have them
Spanish
roaming
people.
around
We are
inside the club
like-
itself?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Two
and
of
I'm walking around. My cousin, my partner, he's also walking around.
All right.
It's some customers like that day. This guy that made the issue with him, he didn't want to give us the beer. He came on Saturday. He's a good friend of mine. I don't know why he act like that. We don't serve him. I wasn't there. I was shopping, so I checked him in the cameras. I said, give him the check if he orders something, and he needs to go out. So he left.
Does your security patrol the parking lot as well?
Not really. It's a big parking lot.
Yeah, I'm just saying typically, I mean, I can't say typically, but a lot of clubs, when the parking lots, people show up there, like you said, they're already drinking, you don't know where they bring the booze from. I mean, if you have security looking in the parking lot, that might help alleviate some of that. You know who's getting out of their cars, possibly already intoxicated, you can deny them entrance to the club.
Okay.
It'll help. And if there's an officer there, they can make sure he doesn't get back into his car and drive off if he's drinking. So it's good to have somebody patrolling the lot,
Okay.
especially a police officer.
Okay.
If you have security inside, that's great, but a cop should probably be at the door and looking at the lot, because that's where the public safety issue is outside.
I have a question. Can I tell the officers what the job they need to do, or?
Well, I'm just trying to explain to you right now, as a police officer, typically, it's the public safety issue. It's a private business. We're not gonna get in there and check IDs. We're not gonna be doing that type of stuff. I mean, that's really for your own in-house proprietary security to do, and for yourself, since you guys are the owners and managers. We're more interested in the public safety threat. Make sure no one gets drunk, gets in their car. Make sure no one's outside fighting, stuff like that. So as far as the officers, I mean, yes, he'll come in and check, but your inside security should be doing that primarily, and the officer should really be in the lot, making sure no one's driving off drunk. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I got a question about bucket service. I've never even heard of that. Do you give a bucket full of
It's
beers
a-
to a
it's-
table? Is that what it is?
No, it's a bag. It's a promotion. Every bar does that. Like most of the Spanish bars, it's like they do like 5 beers for $25.
So it's a bucket of beers?
It's a bucket.
It's not to one person, right?
No. It has
Oh,
to be 3 or
like
4
like a
people.
table.
It's they just want to see the beers in.
Because if there's one person at a table, I can see how they
No,
can quickly get overserved.
We can serve six beers to one person. It's if it's 3 or 4, we give
Right.
them the bucket. It has the beers inside, the ice, so they get
Yeah,
one. And
yeah. And again, that's
some
what
of them they get more than one bucket because they come in instead like.
And that's again, like your proprietary security should be watching that, because if you're dropping a bucket,
And
off, one guy
also-
could be grabbing
and-
3 or 4 of those beers.
Okay, and also what we did after this, all these things going on, we stopped serving buckets after 12. No more buckets.
Yeah.
So we serve buckets from.
The last call's at
since
1:30, right?
Last call is at 1:45, but we stopped serving at 1:30. No more, not even shots, water or non-alcoholic. We serve them, but no alcohol. At 1:10, I turn on the lights because if I turn it at 1:30, people don't want to leave. It's hard. It's so hard to bring them out because that's the time they start having fun. You know, like.
And I know you have smaller crowds now, so you're not going to employ more security. You're not going to really need more than 2 people if you got 20, 25 people in the place.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I would instruct them, the people inside that you have working, to keep a close eye on the people that are being
Yes.
served. Don't worry so much about the lot. The officer himself has to have eyes on the lot. So if you can't, I mean, he can come in and check and stuff like that, but his primary duty should really be at the lot itself, where the other guy should be on the inside.
Okay, and we have a lot. I know this is not the time, but we would like to remove the detail. Like I said, they come only once a week, but it's like it costing us a lot of money. Like right now,
Sure it is. Yeah.
a lot of money. We have it like for about 2 years or 1.5 years already. It's been very hard time right now. The business is very slow. If we get busy and we need it again, I guess we can. Yeah, we would like to remove it. I don't know if it's the time to set it, but
It certainly can be addressed now. I mean, just to kind of recap to how we've gotten here, you realize you're here because an officer who was there on duty observed patrons being overserved, letting the business at one point was letting people in past 1:40. Just going through my notes. They noted people drinking past 2 a.m. and music playing past 1:30 when the music should have been cut off at 1:30. And Officer, is it McLaughlin, right? He obviously testified today as to his observations and what he's been dealing with when he's been on duty. And just to go back to 2023, the commission obviously restricted your hours and entertainment at some point, but then we eased those requirements because we saw compliance, and then we obviously imposed the detail. That was in 2023. And you haven't had any issues up until May of 2025. So we saw a significant period of time of compliance, which maybe could be attributable to the fact that there's a Revere police officer there. I think at one point it was Friday and Saturday, then we reduced it to just Saturdays. But if I could recall correctly, and the chairman could correct me if I'm wrong, I think there was some issues with possible gangs showing up there. And at least that was the reports we were receiving from Revere PD. But over the last 60 days, I do note that there's only been one, I think, attributable call to the business. And it seems like, for the most part, you know, you guys have done what you needed to do and turn things around. So I certainly would not be opposed to moving to amend the detail on a Saturday, and you know, putting this on file for observations should anything arise in the future. That's just my position. I can certainly understand the economic issues that you have regarding, but I do think that if you're asking to reduce the detail from that one day, as Officer Malley pointed out, you need to maybe have more than 2 security guards
I
on a
was going
Saturday.
to say that. I was
Okay,
going to say
what's
that.
your plan for that then? Tell us what your plan is.
Okay,
if we get rid of detail.
if we get a little bit busier in these coming weeks, we can add another security. Only, I guess, only Friday and Saturdays, because those are only busiest days, and it's not that busy. Like I said, we open at 11 and nobody. I do so many things, especially now because R&B moved. It looks more bad in the morning, so it's very, and we're doing great because we have customers. People love Carnival, and we can add another security if we think it's needed instead of that officer, because that's gonna be like half payment of, yeah.
Well, I mean, I understand the financial burden that the detail puts on the business, but there is a public safety aspect that I think needs to be addressed. Lieutenant, what's your feeling on the reduction of the, making the detail mandatory as long as maybe they increase the security?
Well, the issue with that is that security is, they're civilians, they can only do so much anyways, and they only really provide very little deterrent. I understand when they're inside, they can actually do more activity. Like I said, they can check IDs, they can check, I get that. I just think that out in the lot, and I understand you have, you know, you don't have as many customers as you have to, but you said yourself that's a big lot. I'm sorry, is that me?
No, I'm just messing with your volume.
I would just be hesitant to say that it's a good idea. And again, nobody wants to shake you down, I get that. It's just, I mean, you're talking a major rotary right there. It's just so much vehicular and pedestrian traffic in that area. I would be very hesitant to say that you shouldn't have it anymore, especially just out in the parking lot itself.
Thank you very much. I mean, I would tend to agree with the lieutenant that, you know, maybe we should continue the detail for a period of time, you know, at least.
Well, we've had the detail in place for 2 years, right?
Yes.
The imposition of the detail was because at that time there was, in my opinion, large-scale issues taking place at Carnival. I think because of the type of people that they were attracting, which was the primary reason why we imposed the detail. There was reports of gang violence and fights and incidents. I think that we should consider or credit the fact that over the past 2 years, since 2023, there hasn't really been any issues with this business. And again, I'd say it could be because there's a detail officer out front.
That would be my point.
But the you know, and that we've had similar, I guess, discussions regarding the police detail, fire detail, etc. You know, it's not, when imposed, it's a temporary measure. It's not a permanent measure. And I'm looking at the fact that you know, over the last 60 days, you know, in response to this most recent report that happened in May, this business has done everything that they needed to do, and I remember noting in June that they said that they were going to try to come back and ask for the detail to be reduced. So again, I'm only one voice. I would be in favor of reducing the detail, or excuse me, eliminating it altogether. But I also can appreciate Revere PD's position here, as well as the chairman's position. So, but I would be in favor of reducing it, but you would need a majority of this commission for that to happen. So I'm only one voice.
what would you propose in lieu of the detail? What would you do to increase your security?
I can add one more security, and I'm gonna be more like strict. I don't know how to say it. Like tell them that they need to be more active and
Yeah, okay.
try to focus on their job.
In the parking lots.
In the parking lot, they need to go. Like this Sunday, I came and I saw 3 cans of Heineken. We don't sell cans. I pick it up, I drop it, because I know if a person come, they will take a picture and they will say like, oh, he's coming out from that bar, because that's the only bar that is here. Okay.
I think we understand that once someone gets in their car, I mean, they can bring whatever, and it's really, you can't control that. I mean, we understand that, and I think everybody understands that. But I also think, you know, if we're not gonna have a detail officer, you need to be very observant about people coming out of your place intoxicating and getting in cars.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's really the issue, I think, for the detail, is that they prevent a lot of those folks from getting in their car and driving away. And so, you know, that's something that you, as a private citizen, don't have really the power to stop anybody.
Yeah.
Where the police officer can, you know, make an arrest if the person continues to get in their car and drive away. So, I mean, there is the aspect of, you know, public safety outside of that parking lot, that once that person leaves that parking lot, you know, they're out there. And I think having the police officer in the parking lot eliminates some of that. Now, if you are going to have an additional security person and you are going to be more observant about over-serving people, then, you know, maybe that would be just as good. I mean, I don't know. What are your feelings on that?
I agree.
We want to try it for a period of time?
Yeah, I think we should do like for a period of 90 days and see how it is. I personally would like to do it in such a way where if there's no incidents between this 90-day period without the detail, then we just take it off the agenda and they just proceed as normal. But if obviously something happens, we can call you in before then. So that's what I would pose instead of having.
Do you want to make a motion to that effect?
Yeah, so I would certainly move to amend the condition imposed on Carnival Latino Restaurant, removing the officer detail from the Saturdays that was imposed, and for a period of 90 days, and provided that there's been no issues within that period of time, then we'll take it off the agenda for that 90-day period. So that would be my motion.
So you want to remove the detail for 90 days and re-examine it at the conclusion and see if it needs to be reimposed or let go
At that time.
at that time. I could second that.
All right, perfect.
So that motion is going to be approved. So you don't have to have the detail, but you do have to put on another security person, and if there are issues,
I call if somebody after all this, if something happening, I call the police right away, because
and if something does happen, we'll call you in.
No problem.
And we'll impose the detail immediately, all right? Just so you're aware of that.
And also too, any other potential penalty or sanction that can come from anything that may happen over the 90 days. It's not just simply imposing the detail. It could be rolling back your hours or.
Yeah, no problem.
So I just want to make sure it's on the record as well. Okay.
Okay. So
All
for
right.
the music, we can start turning off the music at 1:30? Okay.
Yes.
1:30.
Okay. And I'll be more strict with my employees. Like I say, I don't know if I'm a good or a bad boss, but I'm gonna have to be a bad one, I guess.
Well,
More
well, that's-
strict with them.
You're gonna have to be, a strict boss, all right? And so we want you to be successful, but by the same token, there is, the public that has to be considered here.
Totally understand that. And
Okay.
also, I will be working on switching the license, but like I say, we just need like 4 more months so I can have the majority, because I'm gonna be more present here.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Sounds
Well,
good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Of course you can. Certainly.
Item number 9, Lupita Revere LLC, DBA Lupita Restaurant, 111 Shirley Avenue. Erasmo Guevara is the manager. This is a hearing into disruptions of the public safety and order, service of intoxicated patrons, violation of license closing rules, violations of on-premise license law. And this is continued from the May meeting. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Erasmo Guevara, 111 Shirley Avenue.
We had a hearing here in May,
Yes, we did.
and what have you done since then to try and,
We added the extra security like we promised, and we've been working with the detail department very closely. We have a detail every Fridays and Saturdays. Since you guys actually allow us to go back to close a little late, we have now removed none of the none of the detailers. We've been booked every Fridays and every Saturday ever since then. And then when we have a DJ that is pretty famous, like we agree on, we do add the additional detail on a Sunday.
But you had an incident on August 18th, and I note there wasn't a detail officer there.
When the day did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was no detail officer that day.
Why is that?
Because that was actually one of the first times that we used a DJ on a Sunday. So we didn't know it was going to bring that big crowd in.
Maggie, do you recall what the order was from the commission regarding the...
I guess somebody called in about a disturbance outside, if I don't remember. And the officer who came in was right across the street.
That's fine. I just want to check with Maggie just to confirm what, because I don't know if it was a call as needed or was it a requirement to have one on? Just want to. All right. My question is, okay, perfect. So it was as needed. So you said this was the first Sunday where you had an event on a Sunday?
That day that incident happened, yes. Like, we brought him in the first time on a Sunday.
The DJs had. Usually you don't have DJs on a Sunday?
We do, but that guy actually, he's a pretty known boy.
So then who made the decision not to bring in a detail officer? Was that your call or?
That was not my call. We didn't usually use a detail on that day on a Sunday, and after that, after I show up here with you guys, we agree on, based if we're gonna have a busy night on a Sunday, we called in. I understand Sergeant Conan is not working right now due to an emergency leave, so I've been dealing with Michelle.
Mhm.
And I talked to Michelle and I told her, because he tried to call me every other week, and I was like, no, just book me permanently, like every Fridays and Saturdays. We need one in there.
Officer McLaughlin, were you there that day? Did you respond to that incident? Okay. Can you speak to the incident? on
He
the
has done a couple of details with us too.
Yeah, I'm looking at the reports, and I did get these a few days ago, and I actually talked to one of the officers. You had a couple of arrests right in front of the building. It says, not only were they confiscating plastic solo cups from people walking out of Lapidus, you had 20 or 30 people right in front of the place. A couple of them were
Plastic
fighting. Two of them
solo
were arrested.
cups, we don't use, that was the phone cups, you guys, they're like normal white phone cups.
It
So-
just says plastic solo, clear plastic solo cup,
Solo,
it says.
really don't know about it, to be honest. He was,
Do you own Las Vegas too, or no?
no, that's not me. We own the property. Yeah.
Now, they specifically say right in front of Lapidus, that's the most major disturbance. But I have a list of, I mean, every weekend night, we get the whole shift down there to me, because it's like a perfect triangle right there. You have those three clubs all right next to each other. When people get out, you have dozens of people in the middle of the street that just don't want to leave.
But in any of the responses from VAPD, is there any way we can, I would hate to place it at the feet of this business owner. Is there a way can we identify that the problem is coming from Lupitas? Or is it just, like you said, it's kind of a morass of clubs just kind of, next
These
to each
two
other?
arrests say from Lapidus, they were right in front of Lapidus. That's
Okay.
the most recent thing, that's just a couple of days ago. And again, a lot of the log itself will be like disturbances, and it'll have that address. It doesn't mean it's actually in the address, but it's people in front of the address. So, I mean, they're coming out of there, they're coming out down the street. I mean, it's safe to say that they're probably coming out of Lapidus if they're in front of Lapidus.
I mean, obviously, you're aware of the ongoing issues at your establishment. I mean, I'd give you the floor to speak to, what efforts you're making to curtail this problem or to kind of
I think
address it.
what happened a couple of days ago, that was like the only issue that we had since the last time we spoke here.
Is that true, officer? Since
If I'm not mistaken.
this August 18th or 19th incident, was
That's
that
the only major incident, but like I said, the entire shift, I mean, I get the calls from them all the time. Those are the only two arrests, but I have actual reports written, and they're only gonna write a report when there's something significant. Usually they just put a log entry, but I have actual reports written that the shift is down there clearing this place up, because there's dozens of people in the street that just don't wanna leave. And again, it's not just your club, but your club is mentioned in all of these reports, so these people are standing in front of your club. For the most part, and I'm sure if I ran Vegas's, it's probably the same thing too. But that's the only two major things. Those are two arrests, like I said, right in front of there. It doesn't say they were actually in the club, but it says they were in front of the club.
And no injuries or anything like that, officer?
No, just two arrests. But it does say some of these say 25, 30 people.
It's difficult because you have Las Vegas and you have Lupitas, and, they are virtually right next door to each other. So putting it on one is kind of difficult. So, I mean, I'm not sure what do you serve your drinks in?
After 11 o'clock, everything is nothing that can, everything has to be like refurbished. We throw everything away,
So
for
Lieutenant,
safety
the people
issues and
who
everything
were
like that.
leaving with cups, were they leaving from Lupitas with
It says,
alcohol?
yeah, it just says that one of the officers was there. They were clear plastic solo cups, or whatever description.
Is that what you use, clear plastic solo cups?
We use clear plastic, but we don't use the phone. The cups that we found, basically my security guys picked them up, they were white phone cups. Yeah, we don't know if they brought it like from the car.
Plastic foam?
No,
He's
but
saying that what his security was picking up was foam, like white foam cups, not plastic.
Right. This says, he
like
did say that they,
this type of.
That's what they
Yeah,
were
this type of
picking up,
material.
right.
We do not use this type of material.
right. Well, the officer said clear plastic, so you do serve clear plastic. Could I ask you, I'm sorry, let me just.
Absolutely.
What about security inside? Besides the
We
police
have,
officers, do you have anybody inside working?
We have 3 people inside every
You
day.
do?
Every day we do
An
it.
actual security company, or they just friends?
No, actually, the securities.
What's the name of the company?
No, like we hire our own security people.
So you just hire people that you know, you don't hire an actual company
No, the fact that we didn't hire the companies because we don't know who they send and everything, and these people have been working for me since day one. And,
Right, I get that, but when it comes to security, that's a little different. Now, if you hired a company, now you're talking about people that are trained, certified, they've gone to courses and this and that, so they're probably the most up on things as far as
I thought the
working in
same way
bars. Some
you
of them
did.
work exclusively in bars, too.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yes, and you thought it right, but I thought the same way you did. I thought the same people that they were gonna send me some people like that, but company that we started working with, they was just throwing a T-shirt on somebody and just sending it to our way. Sometimes they didn't even know what was going on. We used to tell them, okay, so here's the 4 major exits: the back exit, parking lot exits, 2 front exits. And like I said, the people that we have had, actually Fernando was here with me last time we were here, my head security. He's been there since day one. He takes care of that place like it was his own. Like he even gets mad when things like that happen, like he says that happens outside, which is hard for us to control it too, because the incident that happened did not happen in front of the business. It happened right next to the police station where it is. And I was there that night also. And I was downstairs in my office. Like I said, everybody was clearing out. And once I saw like all the cops arrive, they arrived right in front of the little police station that we have right next door. And that's when I came out outside and double checked with the cops, and they were like, oh, no, so this and this happened. And I was like, oh, okay. I apologize from the beginning. We didn't really.
So, I mean, I think that the challenge for us now is the fact that, you know, you were put on this 90-day
Probation,
period
belief, and yeah, it happened.
in May, right?
Unfortunately,
And
it
obviously we
happened.
have another issue within the 90-day period, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So
it happened
just
a couple
like
days.
looking at that on its face, it's almost like, you know, that's the essence of why we do these 90-day periods, because if there's an issue, we have the ability to not only look at the most recent issue of August 18th, but also look back at the incident that took place, or the various reports of the incidents that took place back in May, where you had some fights and disturbances. But my only hesitation with this one is the fact that, as noted by the Revere Police, that we can't entirely pinpoint a lot of these issues directly at your business, and I don't think that would be fair to put it at your feet, because you have Las Vegas next door that also probably is letting out a lot of patrons. So just to kind of move this in a
It's
direction.
like the officers there, there's 4 bars there, and everything, as the leases kept the people come down, there's a big
Right.
parking lot now that everybody
Right.
uses so they can vote. So I'm assuming people coming down, the Vegas crowds, my crowd,
Right.
the other bars, it's a lot of
So
activities.
so this is what I'm thinking, and I'm not sure how the chairman feels about this, but I'm thinking that it would be appropriate to extend the 90-day probationary period. I think that's the most appropriate thing. I'm hesitant to propose rolling back any of his hours or messing with the entertainment license, only because although it was a pretty serious incident that took place on August 18th, but the report that came from the police, essentially cannot entirely attribute it to Lupitas, in my opinion, because they do note, disturbances outside of Lupita and Las Vegas restaurant. So that's kind of my position on it. I think that extending the probationary period and just kind of holding you to that standard, as I told you before, when you've come before us, you can't. The onus is always going to fall on you. The responsibility is always going to fall on you, and it's your job when you have in a business like you have, and obviously it's doing well, and you're getting people there, which is great, right? You have an obligation to make sure that people leave there safely, and that your staff is doing everything they can to ensure that the folks that are exiting your business is also doing so in such a way that it's not causing a disturbance to the general public outside your business. And I would never be on the side of, hey, they're out of my business, it's out of my control. No, you have a business that's great, but you also have the obligation to make sure that people are leaving orderly when exiting your business. But I don't think it would be fair to impose additional conditions on your license based off of this report. So I would move, if we're ready to do that, certainly to extend the probationary period for 90 days and have Lupitas back before us to review if what if anything has happened since then, and some changes. And honestly, the imposition of the detail on Sundays, if you plan to have a DJ, it's your obligation to call and make sure that you have a detail officer there, period. Whether it's a big DJ, a small DJ, if you have a DJ, if you're just playing regular jukebox music, you know, just kind of you're open. I understand that you don't have an event, but if you have a DJ, that means you're attracting, you're putting flyers out, you want people to come in there to support that DJ. You need to have a detail officer. I'm not sure if you'll get the same level of grace from the commission in 90 days if you choose not to have a detail officer on a Sunday and something like this takes place. You know, so I just want it noted on the record. But I want to note that you know, from the first time I met you to now, it's obviously night and day. And
When you first met me, I had some personal issues going on, man.
You know,
I
which I heard
had a
after.
lot of stuff going
You
on
know,
at the beginning.
But I also
really-
understand that you're a great father, you know, and you obviously have a really good business. Your family owns the property. You guys are doing great things in the city. And it's just this having the stain on your business is just not, you know, it's not the greatest thing, right? Because your family does obviously great business here in the city. So that's what I would move.
And Maggie, thank you for the backpack permit. And we're doing the backpack giveaway this Sunday,
Oh, nice.
August 23rd at the Costa Park. So I mean, if you guys are looking here, this is a great way to promote it. You guys are more than welcome to pick up a backpack, you know, at Costa Park.
And that's through your business?
That's through my business.
Oh,
We're not
that's
getting
awesome.
no help. We're not doing this through a foundation type
How
of.
many backpacks you have to give away?
We are averaging to give away this year over 500 backpacks.
Wow, 500.
Yeah, with everything included, you know, the whole
No
whole
donations,
kit.
it's all funded through
It's
your
all funded through me.
Wow, man, that's
And
dope.
you know, and so we do like a little backpack giveaway. It has everything. It has pencils, notebooks, utilities, erasers, whatever you
The
need.
necessities.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome, man. I commend you for that.
So second time doing it this year, and hopefully to continue. My plan with that in the future is, we'll plan it. I want to close what our building begins and where like the Barso Cafe is. And like that, I want to set up something very special for
It's
the
on
kids.
Shirley Ave, like
yeah,
around that
yeah,
area?
like
Oh.
right on Shirley Ave. Like that, we want to set up something very special for the kids where you get a free haircut, you get a backpack, you get things like that. I already talked to the barbers, they're all on board with it. We just want to plan it out and give the kids something good before they go back to school.
See, man, and doing great things like that, you don't want it to be overshadowed by the nightlife, right?
Yeah. So trust me, I don't want to be in that nightlife for too long. Either. I'm a father, man. You know, I want to spend time with my kids. The more time I spend with my kids, the more beautiful it is. for me.
If I could make one suggestion, would be to broom the people from in front of your place when it closes.
Oh, we are definitely working on
You know,
that.
it's
Our first
get them
thing
to
is
move
to
on.
get everybody out of inside the building. Our second priority is to get the whole building out.
Yeah, I mean, that would benefit you greatly, because then if something happens, it's not happening in front of your place. You know, you just move people along and move them out of the area.
Thank you. We will do that.
Okay. Well, so the motion that Commissioner Osina proposed was to continue this for 90 days, and we'll see where we are at that point.
Sounds good to me.
And I would second that, and so that's what we'll do. We'll see you back here in 3 months, and we'll see what we look like.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you
Good
very
luck
much.
to you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That concludes the hearings. The next items on the agenda are communications, notification from the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission. Thank you. Good luck. Of a return of no action for the application of Tulum Taqueria, Inc. A notification from the Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of a return of no action for the application for American Legion Post number 61. An advisory from the ABCC of a new law allowing on-premise wine and malt beverage license holders to trade in their license for an all-alcoholic beverage license under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 138, Section 12D. And that concludes the agenda for today. I would make a motion that we adjourn until September 17th, 2025.
And I would second that motion.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.